Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called MirrorMoon EP by developer Santa Ragione, and I hope that's at least fairly close to the correct pronunciation. This is the same developer that made Photonica, which you might remember I also covered on the show a while back. It was a 3D, really beautiful runner game, and one that I still recommend you guys should check out. And this is a kind of a unique case because this is one of the few times when, at least with this one in particular, MirrorMoon EP, I don't know a whole lot of anything about it, really. It's, as far as I know, some sort of an exploration game with a really cool art aesthetic, and we're going to be checking out some planets, but other than that, it's kind of totally up in the air for me, so we're going to be learning this one together. And I am very much looking forward to it. I've heard it's compared to sort of a more ethereal, maybe Proteus, although I'm not sure how correct that is. We're going to find out anyway. So let's look through our options real quick. So we've got full screen, VSync, shadows are enabled, and then cursor sensitivity, sound volume options, those are all good to go. This is designed in Unity, by the way, in case you were wondering, and it has a very sharp UI. I noticed that with Photonica also. These guys are good with the UI stuff. So I guess we'll just start a new game and see what happens. New game settings, we've got some options here. We can use an online galaxy map. If you choose to play with online galaxy map, the star systems will be named by you and players from all over the world. You'll only be able to name stars while you're online. Playing without online galaxy maps will let you save names for star systems locally. You can't switch to playing with or without online galaxy maps once you start your game. Alright, so I don't know what that exactly is going to mean in terms of general gameplay. I assume we're going for some sort of a Dark Souls-esque type thing. We'll leave it off, just in case, you know, people decide to write horrible things as the names of the planets or something. And then we've got, we can toggle private game on or off, and then we can make a galaxy seed, which is very interesting as well. It said that the latest season was best for newcomers. I don't know exactly what that means either, but I don't know. Let's just jump into things. I'm very curious. Let's see how it goes. I am slowly learning to travel in space. Time is meaningless, is a meaningless variable that slips through my fingers. Stopping requires a lot of energy, while moving feels almost like staying still. Breathing is hard inside this machine. I need to stay calm. Alright, so this is going to be a first-person exploration game. Emphasis is on, I think, largely the art aesthetic, but also there is some depth to the gameplay as far as I know, but I'm not sure exactly how that comes across, though. So we've got a very complex machine in front of us and a cube off in the distance that I really want to click, because if you've noticed, I like cubes a whole bunch. Alright, so what can I interact with here on this spaceship? This looks like a thing. No, I guess not that. This big button. Alright, clearly the button is a thing that I can press, so I just wanted to make sure I got all the other stuff out of the way first. Let's press the button. Alright, I guess that's our first startup button, and then we're going to power on these suckers. We've got, no, I guess that doesn't do anything. I was figuring that, oh, it's not even a cube anyway. I guess we're going for a, you know, visual confirmation here. So, yeah, everything that's lighting up that pink is what I need to press. So now we're loading in, and it's kind of cool, actually, that we can lead the player through something like that purely on visual cues alone. This is my absolute first time booting up the game, though, so, you know, don't get the wrong impression. I am completely new to this. And, oh, okay, I can't look around. I can't look up or down. That's a new thing. I haven't seen that done in a while. There's no mouse look from what I can tell. My mouse doesn't seem to do anything. I'm just checking to see if maybe I'm just misusing the controls. No? Okay, that is not the case. Maybe I unlock the ability to look around in a minute or something. Alright, I've got a tiny pyramid attached to my whatever that is. Drill mechanism or gun or I don't know. So I can walk around. I can explore. I can look for buildings. This is an interesting building. And by the way, just right from the beginning, I was totally struck by the color choices, and even just going to the developer's website, I was 100% convinced, like, they have a great visual aesthetic going on, and they know what they're doing with it. Alright, so I've got the weird cylinder that goes around the pyramid, and I'm actually being reminded a little bit of Fract, F-R-A-C-T, which if you didn't check out, it was one of my first videos in the Indie Impression series, and one of the most striking games visually that I think I've run into still. But I would definitely say this is along the same lines in terms of vibe. And it's a game that I've really wanted to revisit, actually. I've been really hoping to get a chance to get a newer build of that thing. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Fract. We're here to talk about MirrorMoon EP. And we have found some sort of a celestial body Oh, that is really pretty. Alright, so it looks like... Oh, okay, I can cast an arc over to this other world over there, but what do I do with it once I've done that? Looks like whatever I do arcs right in towards that planet. So is that... Have I set a beacon? Is that the idea? Oh, look, the gun is now aiming at that. I'm calling it a gun, but I really have no idea what it is. And also spacebar will also accomplish the same goal as left-clicking. So, alright, so we've gotten out of the focal point there. Is there another place, another structure that maybe I can explore? And just from watching the trailer, I was able to tell there's a number of different things that go on in this, and the fact that even just what it alludes to in the UI, there does appear to be a good degree of depth to this. I just have absolutely no idea how to even begin. Point, left click, or space. Yeah, I mean, I got that. It's very disconcerting not being able to move your perspective around with the mouse like you usually can with these sorts of games. I should mention, of course, since I haven't already, this is something that's available on Steam. Oh, what's this? Alright, I guess we want to go in there. Does that do anything? I was hoping that would take me, like, to my spaceship or something. I guess I could just go back in here. I thought that was where I started. Why don't we look in this direction, maybe head over here and see if there's something else over in this direction that we can find. And if it turns out that I just am really not getting it, then I will just make a little break and we'll jump back in once I figure out what to do next. Because it's a little bit early to already be stumped. I have to say the game is incredibly sparse when it comes to tutorialization. But at first, I thought, like, when we were starting to flip those switches on the machine, I thought that was, like, me being dense, and then I was like, no, actually, I just need to take a step back and realize that they're actually telling me what to do with visual cues. So probably this is the same case, you know, developers often let on to a pattern, and the pattern might be that they're very subtle in their direction in this particular case, and that's totally fine. I have no issues with that at all. I just tend to be especially dense when I'm narrating over top of whatever it is that I'm doing. Alright, this seems like a thing, right? Can I do something with this? No. All of these structures seem to be transparent or translucent and made out of plexiglass or something, because you can walk right through them all. Maybe they don't actually exist. Maybe they're spectral forms, some sort of phantasms on this alien landscape. I'm not sure. This is a very interesting and confusing, but in an interesting, abstract way, a little experience we're going through here, and it's reminding me a lot of some of the art motifs that are evoked in the new Between the Buried and Me album, which is actually something that's really making me interested in it, even in a very tangential way. I mean, that's really not a thing that has anything to do with anything except for, you know, just personal experience. There isn't really much else that I can tell on this little planet, so maybe I need to, like, leave or hit escape or something, or go back to my ship, or I don't know. It's not really happening. I'm hitting a lot of buttons here. Maybe I missed a cue. Was I supposed to just keep shooting at this planet for a really long time and maybe something cool will happen? I'll just keep shooting at the planet. I mean, it's like, I see the structures, something's lighting up there, but I can't really tell why. Am I making little pyramids over on the other planet? I was hoping I was, like, channeling whatever item it was that was in my gun at the moment. Alright, what happens when I hit escape? Escape again to exit to navigation, so maybe that is what I want to do, actually. Alright, so we've gone to our navigation, and now how do I go to the next planet? If that's a thing that I want to do. I think that is a thing I want to do. I want to explore anyway. Oh, I put the disc in. The disc is how you drop down. Alright, so that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back in. There's something very mysterious and cool about learning this as you go. You know, not really having any idea what to do at all. And then there's all this mysterious stuff, these charts and things, and I don't know what to do with any of it. We've got the little pyramid here. Looks like another shape on that side. All these things that look like they're going to probably turn red later, but they're not quite there yet. Can I do anything at all with this map? I was kind of hoping there would be, you know, something else to do. It doesn't seem like it, though. I just keep going back down to the planet. Is there a chance that maybe I just walked by something important? I mean, I think I've gone around this whole structure a bunch of times now. Anyway, I'll do a little bit of searching, and I'll cut back in when we find something of consequence. Alright, so I've been wandering around for a little while now, and came to the brilliant conclusion that this naming scheme, MirrorMoon, is actually very much directly mapping to the concept at hand here. So as you can see, this moon is a mirror of what we are standing on. That arrow is actually directly representative of myself, and those little beacons that I keep shooting at it are actually manifesting on the ground next to me. So this is sort of like a map, I suppose. You can see that blue structure. I walk toward it, and made me feel pretty dumb, because that was kind of obvious, but I guess I was overthinking things. I often do that. So that should mean that if I face this way and then back up, it should take me directly to that little portal thing, which is right here. Now, the thing is, I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm still trying to experiment and figure it out. It's probably just a UI thing with this ship that I'm not getting. But I'll mess around a little bit more, so I'm going to make another cut in just a moment. I did also notice, too, when I shot... Yeah, that happened. I shot some bullets over at this MirrorMoon, and it just sort of bounced them all over the place, and I'm not really sure why or what that means. But it's very enigmatic and makes me curious. So, yeah, we'll make another cut, and I will figure things out. Alright, 2 more things that I've just learned. Apparently moving the mouse around rotates this moon. And also, holding down the right mouse button when you're in the time machine or the spaceship will actually cause you to be able to look in all directions. But from what I noticed, it's all just space in every direction. So there's really not much to see. And this doesn't necessarily really help me in any real way. So I guess, you know, that's just another thing. I guess I could try, like, rotating this all around, seeing if, like, putting beacons all over the planet's gonna do something for me. Makes a pretty spike pattern, I guess. Can I, like, shoot this target? Is that... Oh, I lit it up! Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Now what? Now can I do something else? Yeah, it's so weird using it for such a different reason. You know, using the mouse for such a different reason than I'm used to. Oh, that's pretty. Got all these little lights beaming out of the ground now that we can play around with. Now, I lit up all those things blue, right? So what do I do now? Does that mean I can go back to the spaceship and things will be even cooler, or... I don't know, maybe I've unlocked another planet and I should go look. I can do it at any time, so that's kind of nice, I guess. Is this a thing? I saw this, it looked like it moved. No. Nothing really changes here, from what I can tell. I tried playing with all the instruments. None of those do much. I mean, this triggers to go to the planet that we've been on and are kind of trapped on. This turns off the... Nothing, actually. This turns off the music. I don't know what this one does. And then these are all operating individual instruments. And, well, putting backlights on them anyway, which really doesn't matter a whole lot. And I think this just powers down everything. Maybe that's... Is that a thing that I want to do sometimes? I don't know. So yeah, we can look around holding right mouse button, and is there a reason that I would want to do that? Maybe if we're in a different position that would be helpful. Now we're upside down. I'm never going to find... Oh, I guess you just let go of it. Alright, I've got to be onto something with shooting the planet from a distance. That's got to be a thing, right? So it can't just select any of these planets at all and just go to them. Well, so now it's not blue anymore, so what does that mean? If can I shoot all of them? Do they turn red again? Maybe I need to toggle them? As far as I can tell, the only point of me shooting the planet like that, or shooting the moon, is to just drop beacons. So if I'm having a hard time finding something, I walk around enough, look for this celestial body, shoot it a few times, and then I should be able to navigate my way to wherever it is that I'm trying to go. The structures are pretty obvious. There's not a whole lot of them on this planet. So I don't know what to do. Probably a little frustrating that, you know, this stage in the game that we would be this confused. You know, usually the start of the game is the most careful time when you want to really rope a player in, make sure they understand what they're doing. At least to some small degree, because right now I just feel like it's sort of scattershot. I'm just sort of randomly grasping out, hopefully finding something, but there's no real guarantee of it. Really not sure where I should really be spending my time. Can't really shoot this, doesn't do anything there. I've gotten all the artifacts off of this planet, so it really just is going to come down to how do I leave. Pretty sure that's the only thing worth figuring out, so I guess I'll make another cut, and we'll see what we can do. Wait, is this new? I seriously didn't find that until just now. Did that not appear? Or did I just walk around the planet like 5 times and not run into that? Well, I guess I don't need to make a cut anymore, do I? All of a sudden, everything's different. Oh my goodness. Now all of a sudden, everything's backward and upside down. I don't know what to do. Do I now... Oh, I can carry the planet along with me. And I guess I can, like, line it up with something, but I'm not sure... I keep calling it a planet. It's a moon. What do I want to do with it, though? And get it, like, down in the depths of my perspective and just, like, drag it around? Maybe it's supposed to sit in one certain spot in the sky? Maybe it's a key all in and of itself? Total mystery to me. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the spaceship and hopefully something's better there. So just as much a mystery as it is an exploration game, I guess. It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in bacon? That would be nice. Nope. So, seems like still nothing has changed here. So little by little we're making some sort of progress. And now it says 45 here where it said 30 before. I guess that's good. I really want to like grab that little gem hanging in the air. Doesn't seem like anything else is going to happen here, so I guess we'll go back down again. One of these times I'm just hoping things are going to start to make sense. Oh, do I not have the ability to grab the planet anymore? Oh yeah, I do. So just completely eclipse the sun? I mean, is that a thing that we want to do? I really like the colors of it, though. It's very pretty. Oh. I heard sound. It was like a little grinding. Hoping maybe there would be an audio cue and I could figure out what exactly I'm supposed to do here. It's probably going to involve me lining up a couple of things. It's usually how these things go. Or are we on... Are we, like, on a different planet right now? Pillars of Neil? Just carry this thing around and look for stuff? What do I do with this? Can I fire stuff at the planet, but does it even show up as beacons anymore? I guess not, because I don't know where I am. Oh, there I am. Ta-da! Alright, so I'll keep carrying it around, just use it like a map, I suppose. Is there anything else? Where even am I on it? Oh, there I am. Oh, I can only see myself when I've eclipsed. Oh, that's interesting. Pillar of Philip. So I'm exploring this thing as we go in sort of this weird, like, I can see, I can't see state. I'm really, like, totally at a loss for words of how to describe this one, and this is very rare for me, as I've done, you know, hundreds and hundreds of these videos now, to be this confused. Seems really strange, but I'm really enjoying the mystery of it. It's also a little frustrating at the same time, because I just want things to be a little bit more transparent, at least to start, and then we can, like, go crazy after that. So I guess I'm just looking for all the pillars and hoping that I can reach them. And maybe if I light them all up, I don't know, something good will happen. I don't think that those existed before because I went over this whole planet a bunch of times. And unless it's bigger than I keep giving it credit for. Which is also possible. I might have just walked by everything. It's kind of my style, right? So let's use this for beacons. Bring home the beacon. Is there any way to see those? I wish I could just, like, take a little bit better of an external perspective for a moment, just zoom out a little bit. Everything's so unorthodox, you know? Okay, what did I find this time? I don't know where those are. Oh, Pillars of Neil, Pillars of Philip, Pillars of Yuri, And that should mean that I am at that point, so I'll just keep going, I guess? Not sure which direction I'm facing, though. I have no idea what I'm even trying to accomplish here, so that makes it a little bit more strange at the same time. So, alright, so we've got that ahead of us. I think I want to go around... I want to go behind where I am, I think. Right, so I'm facing that way. Let's just turn straight like this. Put the sun to our back, and then mostly just head like this and hope that that works out. Whatever that pillar is, I didn't see that one, so I probably should have gone in that direction also. So I'm just hoping to explore this planet sufficiently. Now I messed myself all up. I'm just really hoping I get lucky. Let's shoot another few beacons here and hope that maybe I'm close. I mean, we have made a little bit of progress just in that, like, when I first started, I didn't even know, like, what was going on. I didn't make the connection that the other planet was actually anything to do with me. It's such an unorthodox game, though. Like, there's so little that I could really map to anything else. Alright, there we go. So we're actually right by it. Should shoot those beacons everywhere, and it should be right in the middle here. There we go. Pillar of Stanislaw? Interesting. Any other pillars I should be aware of while we're here? Or was that the end? Oh, okay, now there's a thing glowing. Alright, let's do this. Let's just, let's find where's the pillars of Stanislaw. Let's lead ourselves in a path, if we could. Is that... I think we can do that, right? Let's go this way. That should take me around. So we're navigating this crazy 3D space by looking at an orb. This is so unorthodox, my goodness. It certainly gets all the points for originality. Like, I have never seen anything like this before at all. And I think I'm starting to get it. But it was a slow process, and it definitely was a little bit frustrating. I know you guys probably are sitting at home watching, and you're saying, like, you know, this is painful to watch and all that stuff. This is the usual thing. I'm used to hearing it by now. But first impressions, guys. Keep that in mind. This is the very first time I've ever played this game with absolutely zero foreknowledge of it, other than the trailer and the couple of sentences that I've heard my friends talk about this game. So that's about all I've got to go on, and it's cool. I like learning things. I like learning them while I'm talking about them at the same time, just as long as we can all keep that in our minds. So now is the time when I'm going to try and go back to my ship again and hope that that's a good idea. I think I've gotten all the pillars, right? That number that said 45%, I'm hoping it's going to say 100%. Now it says 50%. Alright, well this disc now, I can turn it over. There's a B side. Also, the pyramid is now pink, and I can rotate. Oh, yeah. Alright, now I can target new planets. I think that's what just changed. And what does this do? Oh, my goodness. This is like we're changing our axes, I suppose. And what about this? Oh. Right-click, move, look around. Okay. What did that do? I'm really confused. This is shooting off a bit of light off in some random direction. I can still turn this disc over. I'll just go to the thing that says 0% because maybe that'll be interesting. And I think we've gone to a new area? I hope. It looks like we're traveling, maybe. And I think I can see it. Yeah, we're actually moving right now. So we're in a spaceship that seems like it does not have walls, which is very cool. Okay, this little pink nugget has come out. I don't know why, though. This is the greatest amount of mysteries. Can we go down? I want to get more artifacts. I want to see what else goes on these crazy planets. Alright, we've got different... Oh, a lot of things, actually. We've got monoliths. We got peach-colored ground. We've got sort of a drab sky and a different tool for our gun. Maybe that's the B side. Maybe this has a whole different gameplay function. And we need to go collect artifacts for this as well. And now that it looks like we can navigate, maybe I can actually just hop around on different planets until I find whatever it is that I'm looking for. There doesn't appear to be a moon this time, right? Or is there? No, it looks like there isn't. Maybe this is like hardcore mode and there isn't a moon. You just gotta navigate by your own senses It seems frustrating, though. Doesn't seem to be much going on in this little planet, and maybe that's just the chance that we take. Oh, there's our pyramid. Okay, first we get our pyramid, then we need to lock it in with the cylinder, right? Isn't that the next step? And then after the cylinder, there's also like a disc or something, and then we're good to grab the planet. But there is no planet, so I don't know. Where is this telling us to go or come from? I can't really tell. Alright, there we go. What's this? Another trans-dimensional structure that seems to have, well, nothing in it in this case. If I haven't already commented on it, by the way, the music is quite nice. It really does set the tone. It's not overbearing. It seems to give us a little bit of an indication of what sort of vibe we should be getting from this game. And it definitely doesn't force too much on you. It lets you really kind of take what you want out of it. I should also mention that I was quite graciously gifted this game from a viewer, so I do want to thank that viewer for doing so. Very nice of you to do that. And, oh, we've got a planet here, which I wasn't expecting to find, because I thought we had gotten this far without one. Alright, what's this? Is our cylinder? Oh, my goodness. Made a sphere, and the sphere exploded? What on earth just happened? Name your star. Should I name my star? How about Marstar? Oh, we can't do that. Just Mar. Could name it Mars, you know, like as if Mar had possession over it. Yeah, makes sense, right? So I want to maybe try a different place now. Alright, oh, I didn't mean to do that. We want to rotate with this, target a different world. I need to like change the axis that we're functioning in, I believe. I don't know what the first one was that we started out on. Maybe you only get to go to each planet one time? That would be kind of weird. Oh, okay, there we go. So we can target them like this, and then, yeah, we can see the names of each one as we go across. Let's look at EUE92. How about that? Let's go back to flipping to A, and we'll pop the disc in. I feel like we've made a ton of progress, even though I have no idea still what the scope of this game is. I'm very interested. Oh, okay, what? Are we back on the same original planet? I've got pillars. Alright, let's not stay here then. The odds of me selecting the same planet are basically impossible, right? So that's just not what happened. Flipped me over to B automatically. Oh, it put me on the same planet again. I didn't actually travel, that's why. Alright, so we gotta do some of this. We'll go whatever, the closest thing there. And then we want to probably flip this, right? And then plug this in. Maybe? Are we traveling? I'm waiting for numbers to... There we go, we plotted a course. And we're off. And it looks like we might be able... Yeah, we can actually watch our progress on this star map here, as well as, you know, just see that things are moving slowly. It would be kind of cool if you could see some of the celestial bodies a little bit more up close. And of course I've chosen to plot a course to something that far away. Maybe as we get... Oh, what's this do? Can I increase power? Oh, it's like it's connecting fuses or something. There's little flip switches up here. This is so mysterious still. Like, I have so little idea still what I'm doing. No, I don't want to replot. What's this? Can I make there be more... I don't know. I want a flux capacitor. See how many parsecs it just said a moment ago? I'm trying to decide if, like, the fact that it's kind of unintuitive, like, to what degree does that aid the gameplay, and to what degree does it take away from it? I mean, obviously, any, you know, logical person would say, well, if the game is hard to play, it's inaccessible, you know, it's going to turn people away. But there's a give and a take to that concept, because for every person you turn away, there's another person that's going to go, oh, this is so hardcore and weird and interesting and unique, and then tell 20 more people about it. And it has this chance of garnering this niche appeal that, if you made the gameplay more accessible, might have just not led to that happening. So it's an interesting balance that the developer chose to ride on this one, and it looks like we've reached our destination now. So let's pop the disc back in. Also interesting that we've chosen to use this like old school floppy disk. Alright, let's go down to the planet. Nope. Okay, it looks like we've taken this big old journey and yet we're still here, so I don't know what on earth is going on. What on anything is going on. This is not quite Earth. Now, we did just travel to another place. Yeah, it says HHA 83. And then when I come back, it's got the disc flipped over again. So what if I... No, and it won't take this one. Alright, let's try transferring this module over. Flip this back here. That time it takes the B side of the disc. Okay, so it looks like we are on another planet. Still totally confused as to how exactly I'm supposed to understand. Like, why does that work and not that other thing? Oh, that's pretty. Oh, what have we found? Oh, I want to hang out here. Oh, it's a nice little building with a... some sort of a pavilion, I guess? And I've gotten some sort of a crystal attachment for my beacon gun. This seems to allow me to place beacons on the ground, which is making me wonder, am I actually just on... Am I on the MirrorMoon that I was seeing the first time? Probably yes, I would think. So this time I'm actually planting beacons that I'm going to see on the other moon showing up, instead of shooting them over there to see them on mine. Maybe. That's, again, just a theory that I'm working on right now. What is in here? Uh-oh. It's that circly thing that explodes and then stuff happens. Is that good or bad? It didn't explode this time. Oh, there it goes. Alright, that keeps happening and then I can name it. I really don't know what to name it, nor do I know that I really care right now, because I'm still just trying to understand what I'm even doing. This is sort of reminding me a little bit of, like, Nobi Nobi Boy or something. That's like it's like a super Japanese aesthetic that almost doesn't make much of any sense to anyone who wasn't, like, in on the, you know, figuring out the planning process. Maybe it will make sense if I keep working at it, but for now, I still feel pretty lost. You know, it's kind of weird that I started out feeling totally lost, and then things started to make a little bit more sense. Then they got crazy again. I'm going to name that one Nexus, because I don't know why. So, I guess I'm sort of at this weird, strange place about how to proceed with this video, because, yeah, I want to keep playing it, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like I'm just sort of going around in circles, and maybe this is not a great game to do a first impressions video of, and if it is, my apologies, or if it is not, I mean. But at the same time, the learning, the discovery process, you know, you kind of can't really convey that any other way, aside from a first impressions video. So I'm very curious to know what you guys think about this. Like, is this a big misstep to make a game this strange and, like, kind of inaccessible? Or is this part of what lends to the mystery and the appeal of it? I mean, aesthetically, it's really beautiful. I just wish that I could get to the meat of the thing a little bit easier. You know, not that I want the game to necessarily be super accessible, but I do want, you know, to understand what the breadth of this game really is about, because right now I don't really have a grasp on how much there even is to see or do in this. I'm just sort of scattershot picking stuff and just hoping that it works out, and so far it seems like it hasn't been really. I've just been kind of retreading the same ground. When I started to get to the point where I could pick up the planet and move it around, and I started to get that, like, okay, this is how I'm mapping my progress, I'm going to shoot beacons, I'm like, okay, maybe this is the beginning of a bigger scope of a game, and we're just sort of seeing the tip of the iceberg. But then I realized it says 50%. 50% of what? I don't even know. And then I flip it over, it says side B, 0%. I also don't know. And then I also don't know what's up with the seasons. Why does it matter that I'm naming the names of these planets? What exactly is happening with other people mapping them? I mean, is this sort of like Cargo Commander, where it's like we need to find our own, like, positioning in the universe, and all these planets, maybe they'll be traversed by other people, but we don't know if they were or not? It's all very confusing, and honestly, it's a little frustrating, but at the same time, it's so cool that I almost don't care. So I'm in a very strange place when it comes to how to come to some sort of a consensus. I can tell you one thing, though. Probably at $10, which is the price that I believe this should be going for, at least at the time of this video going up, This is not going to be for everyone. I think that's probably not a controversial thing to say. Most of the people that see this are going to get an idea for, like, are you the type of person that wants to invest a bunch of time in figuring out something, or do you just want that instant gratification, or do you lie somewhere in between? And I vacillate a lot of the time. I go from, you know, sometimes I really do want things to be spelled out for me, sometimes I want things to be as cryptic as humanly possible, and this is definitely erring towards the second of those two options. Although, you know, maybe this is the type of game that's designed to be viral, in that you want to tell other people, oh, this is what I figured out, what did you figure out? And then you have this conversation which spawns this whole other element of the game, which is a lot more meta, which is a thing that you don't really see done. So it's experimental in ways that are not really even normally within the realm of experimental in gameplay. You know, this has taken the realm of experimental and exploded it out to a whole new concept. And I guess that's probably about the best that I could offer to you as to my opinion of this game. I think it's cool. I think it's just not for everybody. So as long as you can get behind that idea and understand that it's like, just because maybe this isn't for you, that you shouldn't just like outright hate it or like feel some sort of negative feeling toward it. It's a nuanced game and requires a lot of time and energy, I think, to really understand. And I think once we break away through the core, or through the crust, rather, into the core of what this is actually about, is going to start to make a lot more sense, and it's going to actually feel like something that's really worth taking the time to really pick apart. Because right now, on the surface level, it's tough. It's tough right now. But I'm going to give it more time. Like I said, first impressions might not be the best avenue to really properly represent this title, and again, I feel like I should maybe apologize to the developers if I've misrepresented the game at all, just in the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. But I think that's fairly obvious and will probably be the case for a lot of people. So if anything, maybe I've taken a little bit of the frustration out of your hands if you decide to go check this game out personally, and I would encourage you to go check it out if you can, and if this looks like the type of thing you would like. Maybe you're not going to go through as much trial and error then as you start up the game. So, with that, I guess we will bring the episode to a close. I am very curious to know what your opinions are going to be in the comments, and hopefully we can keep them reasonably civil, and don't look at this in too harsh of a light, just because, like I said, not for everybody, and I think we all get that. So, with that, I will leave you with the link in the description if you'd like to go check this out. Feel free to look around in there. I've also got all my other social media links, like my Facebook page, my Twitch channel, my Twitter. So if you want to check me out over there, all of that is totally welcomed. I've also got indie-impressions.com is my website, where I aggregate every day's new Indie Impressions videos over to that. And if you want to check to see if I've done another game in the series, just type in the name over there and it'll pop up. Or you can just search through categorized and tagged options. So if you want to check out for all the free games, the Destra games, the Steam games, Greenlight games, different various Game Jam games, those are all available and searchable for you over there. So I've had a number of people say, like, oh, you should play this game, or, you know, asking me if I have an opinion on it. Well, you know, the quickest way to go, just type in that game into the Indie Impressions site and see if that comes up. Because, you know, I have over 500 videos now in the series. It's not super easy to keep track of what I have and haven't done. So I figured that would be a good reason to have some sort of a categorization or archive system for that. So it's to help you guys out, it's to help me out, and hopefully it's an easier way to browse through stuff. So hope you enjoyed the episode. I know it's definitely been an odd one for sure, but you know, I expected as much coming from such an experimental game, and hopefully nobody minds. But if you're still enjoying the series, please do let me know in the comments, as well as your opinions. Leave any support you can. I do greatly appreciate it, and I do read every single comment, even if I don't reply to all of them. So don't feel discouraged if I don't reply to yours or anything. But I do look forward to talking to you about this one, and I hope to catch you again tomorrow. New episodes are every single day, Monday through Sunday, every single day, and never stop, over 500 days straight, actually. So I will catch you tomorrow, and I hope you have a nice evening. Later.